India's overweight population has moved from being 25% of our population to 30%. We all call it a discipline problem. Eat less, work out more, work harder, still the problem is there. That's what we want to talk today, and it's not that easy, and it's not just your discipline problem.
It's okay, it'll work out. A lot of weight is insulin resistance because we are a very carb heavy nation. Father, grandfather, everybody used to walk a lot. Now the lifestyle has gone very sedentary. The dietary habits are similar or it has gone worse. So chances of you being insulin resistant is very, very high.
What's more dangerous today, stress or sugar?
Because of stress, and we don't even know it.
I'm glad you said it, because it's cortisol that does not allow. India's overweight population has moved from being 25% of our population to 30%. The problem just does not seem to be going away. We all call it a discipline problem. Eat less, work out more, work harder, still the problem is there. We are not able to manage it. The key here is biology. Whether it is just calories or whether it is hormones. That's what we want to talk today, and it's not that easy, and it's not just your discipline problem. Today we have Suryansh with us, an IIT Bombay graduate who is trying to solve this problem with the science-backed methodology, as well as some deep doctors that are engaged with him. So that's where we're very excited to talk about this topic that plagues a large part of our population and global population as well. So welcome, Suryansh, to the Pitch Right Show.
Thank you, Vinay. Thank you for having me over.
Now, very excited to be with you. Let's get into the questions directly. So my first question is around, for a person who is hearing first time about Elevate Now, what problem were you trying to solve when you started the company?
So the idea is people look at weight loss as saying, I want to just slim out. Fundamentally, it's a lot to do with your metabolic health. So it's important to understand why are you obese and how to solve it medically, because then you solve it once and for all rather than just trying out multiple things and seeing what sticks.
Yeah. Cool. And most people will view obesity as a lifestyle issue rather than a medical condition. What made you challenge the narrative of it being a lifestyle issue?
The efficacy. So if you look at and talk to people who want to lose weight, it's a lot of trial and error, and most of the times it doesn't work for people, right? So there has to be a solve, right? And the more we deep dived into it, the more we understood that obesity is a metabolic disease. Now, if it's a disease, there's a diagnosis, there's a therapeutic intervention that will help solve it. So we went that route because now there is certainty of you losing weight for sure. It's not a trial and error thing.
Cool. That I think is the key, right? I think people have tried solving this problem for decades now. We have seen companies come and go, but because they were not very effective, that's where they did not build a great business, right?
Correct.
Cool. So before building Elevate Now, you worked in very high growth companies like Swiggy, and you come from an IIT background. Why healthcare, and why this problem specifically?
With age, you start looking at your own health as well and you start focusing on it. So yeah. I guess that's what prompted me to start looking at health as an opportunity. And overall, India, I think we take a lot of our health for granted. It's okay, it'll work out. And somewhere that approach also signals that there will be a mindset shift in this market as the population is aging as well. And that was per se my thought process behind looking at healthcare overall.
Got it. And if you were to give us some more insights, maybe biological insights, as you move the conversation from just weight loss to being a metabolic health. If you want to talk through to the audience about and make them understand in a layman language what happens and why is this different?
Sure. So multiple things. So think of it this way, that 30,000 years of human history, whatever content that you read, never will you find people being obese. Everyone is thin and walking a lot and all of that. Fundamentally, the body is not built to carry on a lot of weight. But in the last 40-50 years, we see that phenomena in our population. So from a DNA evolution perspective, we are not built to carry a lot of weight. That means there is something amiss in the equilibrium in your body, which is leading to that kind of weight gain and other metabolic problems that entail with it. within that construct, if we look at and say that if we understand what is an underlying condition and solve for it, then your body will come back to normal. You do not need to consider that excess weight is your normal. And I'll give you a couple of examples. So let's say if you eat food and after eating food you feel sleepy immediately, chances are there is something called insulin resistance, which means that you're not able to absorb glucose in your body. So body is eating a lot of food, it's releasing glucose, but you're not getting energy out of it, right? And that excess glucose becomes fat in your body over a period of time, that excess weight. And one of the reasons why Indians gain a lot of weight is insulin resistance, because we are a very carb heavy nation. In north we count the number of rotis we eat, in south it is idlis and rice. So somewhere our father, grandfather, everybody used to walk a lot. Now the lifestyle has gone very sedentary, the dietary habits are similar or it has gone worse. So chances of you being insulin resistant is very, very high.
And how much of it is willpower that you can manage it with? I eat less rotis, or I eat less rice, or less idlis. I go for a walk in the morning, go for a walk in the evening, go for a gym. How much of it is willpower, and are people able to manage that through willpower or not? Or is it even manageable through willpower or not?
So the willpower that you need to wake up every day in the morning, get ready, go to office, go about your daily life, it's as much willpower needed to be able to manage obesity as well. And it should not be more than that. As long as you solve the underlying clinical conditions. If you don't solve the underlying clinical conditions, then the body is fighting against that whatever effort you're trying to put to reduce that weight. So let me give you an example. There's something called inflammation in the body. There's a parameter called HSCRP which helps you measure inflammation. There's something called low-grade inflammation. Doctors don't look at that. What it does is it puts the body in an alert mode, and fat being the energy storer for the body, it does not allow you to break fat. Now you go to gym 2 hours a day for 2-3 months, you'll not even lose half a kg because your body is not allowing you to break down that fat, right? Solving these underlying conditions will take you to a point where you're healthy and happy about yourself.
Yep. I was talking to somebody and they said if it was all about calories, then people with thyroid would not gain as much weight. And then especially with let's say the hypothyroidism, and then those with hyper would not lose that much weight by eating the same and exercising the same. So it has to do with a lot of our hormonal,
absolutely,
how the body works with hormones. Cool. Now let's shift the gears to a little bit on the business model for Elevate Now. If you can help break down the Elevate Now's business model and what makes it approach fundamentally different from traditional fitness or nutrition programs.
So fitness and nutrition are very good methods to maintain your weight over a longer duration of time, right? But when it comes to trying to lose weight, it's important to understand what are the building blocks, how did you gain so much of weight, what are the underlying conditions to solve, and move you in that direction. Now, we went user backwards here. We started with saying, okay, doctor, prescription, solving the underlying condition. Then we realized that building habits is important. So diet, fitness, lifestyle changes, mental well-being, being able to manage your stress to a point where it does not lead to a cortisol overshoot in your body, which leads to weight gain, right? Stress is a very important factor to weight gain as well. So looking at it holistically, we started adding various layers to it, be it lifestyle issues like diet, fitness, mental well-being, habit building. So all of this together, let's say if I was not even building a company and I wanted to do effective weight loss, I would have gone in this direction, because this is the playbook which will ensure that you guaranteed lose weight. And that's something that we've been able to build user backwards. And as we built this user backwards, we codified this and created a business model around it.
Yeah, and building a business model, especially in the area of healthcare, and even businesses like ours, which is financial services or education, you have a very heavy reliance on trust.
Absolutely.
So how do you build trust in your business in this specific segment? Why should I, put my body or give my body to under your control to manage it, etc.?
That's a very fair call out, Vinay. So fundamentally, see, trust does not come in loads of truck, right? It comes bit by bit. So while you're talking sense and people who have gone through a lot of heartache when it comes to weight loss, they start hearing you out. You need to build the trust bit by bit. So we do a trial program where we let the user experience what we offer, help them understand why exactly that are they gaining weight or not able to lose weight. And then bit by bit, every month, every week, we help them lose weight, maintain a healthy body. And as you do that through the journey, you start building a lot of trust, right? It does not start at day one, and it'll take a lot of time for a healthcare brand to come to a point where people just willingly say, I will do whatever you are asking me to do. So that is something bit by bit, if we build, we are able to build it.
Yeah. And, when people are trying to lose weight, they will go to YouTube, they'll go to blogs, they will go to hacks, to influencers, all of that happens. And, there are trends, there are fad diets, etc. How has access to this information helped the consumer? Or has it led to being more confused?
I think it's a bit of both. If you are gaining weight for the very first time and if you have not focused at all on it, a lot of this information helps you understand what are the larger underlying things to look at. But the more you deep dive into it, the more confusing it becomes. So I've seen a lot of YouTube and Facebook and Instagram videos talking about do ABC. Now you just, whatever they're saying, you put it on Google as fact check. You'll find that half of them are just clickbaity in nature, right? So it's important to verify the right source and look at the data and not just take it at face value. I've got a lot of people, very, very senior folks, because this is not something that you're paying too much of your attention on. So you just scroll through and see something and you'll forward and say, oh, this looks nice, should I do it, right? And that's where it's important to do it right. Otherwise, this is your body. You should not take it for granted as much. Better to be checking with the experts and then taking actions accordingly.
Cool. Last couple of questions, I guess. What part of your business was most difficult, or how was changing consumer behavior very difficult versus trying to just sell a product?
Yeah, user behavior is something which I myself have across various companies that I've worked in, something which I've focused a lot on. And it's not, if you ask users to drastically change something in their behavior, it doesn't happen overnight, or it does not happen that quickly, right? So it's important that behavioral changes have to be anchor adjustment to my current lifestyle, to my current way of being. And the more I see results in the direction that I want to go, the more that intent to tweak that behavior comes into play. So fundamentally, we did anchor adjustment to user behavior, and that's how we were able to get it the right direction.
Cool. So if someone is listening to you today and he feels stuck in his health journey and believes that they've already tried everything, what message do you want to give to them, and what should they hear today from you?
Well, you haven't tried everything.
Yeah.
So usually, at least when it comes to metabolic health, obesity, you have an underlying condition as to why your body has allowed you to go that obese, right? Get it checked clinically. I think that is the first step. And once you start understanding, it's not very deep doctor aspects of it that fundamentally you will not be able to experience in your body as well. The more you talk to a doctor clinically on how these parameters are moving for you, the more you are able to experience and understand, saying, yes, I have had these things that when I'm walking too much, I start feeling pain. I feel water retention in my body, or when I am eating food, I feel very sleepy after that. All of those things, nuances, you'll start looking back and saying, yes, it works. So important that you get yourself clinically checked as to why you're gaining weight, and that should be the first step.
Cool. So today, we have covered a lot about the psychology of a person who's trying to lose weight, to emotional health because of the body image, to the biology behind or the endocrinology behind the weight loss, and also the science behind managing this. So thanks for that. But I think now I would want to shift to a rapid fire round So you will have to answer quickly.
Okay.
And let's see, and far more spontaneously as well. That's the fun, right?
Okay.
All right. One wellness trend you secretly dislike.
Juices are very healthy. So, all the fiber is gone. It's just sugary liquid.
Yeah, that's very, very true actually. What's more dangerous today, stress or sugar?
Stress. Sugar we know, right? Stress is something which is underlying, silently impacting us. And it comes to a point where it's really overshot that limit that we start experiencing and saying, and we have stress, right? Otherwise, it's just in the body. I think a lot of metabolic health markers go off the chart because of stress, and we don't even know it.
I'm glad you said it, because it's cortisol that does not allow fat.
Absolutely.
It does not allow muscle to get built, right?
Absolutely.
No, absolutely. One health myth that refuses to die.
Eating fat is bad for you, right? We get our users to have ghee. I'm telling you that. Right? So,
Correct. Health, yeah, true. Morning workout or an evening walk?
I think from a body perspective and from our day-to-day lives, morning is a lot better, largely because in the evening, a lot of the day is happening through for us, and taking out the time and being able to do it, that becomes a challenge. And a good workout that leads to endorphin release in the body just sets you up for a good start for the day as well.
An energetic day, absolutely. One thing people should stop consuming immediately.
Sugary drinks, I think sodas and a lot of those colored flavored waters that come, it's just, it's not helping anyone.
Got it. One thing people should start doing daily.
Sleep well. I think sleep is something that we ignore, saying, "ठीक है," we extend it a couple of hours. I want to watch a movie or some work, and just ensure that you sleep. You have a regular sleep cycle and timings in a manner that when you wake up fresh. That's very important. Otherwise, somewhere down the line, over a good amount of time, you will not even realize and how that has led to subpar recoveries in your body, and it has started impacting you in a very different way.
Interesting. And if you weren't building Elevate now, what would you be doing?
Something on the consumer side only. I love consumer businesses.
Awesome. What's harder, losing weight or building a company?
Losing weight I've solved, right? Building a company, I'm in that process.
Understood. Habit you're trying to build personally?
Not look at my phone 30 minutes before bedtime. I think
That's amazing.
That's something all of us need to do.
And also maybe what I do is not look at it after 30 minutes, for an hour after waking up as well.
Yeah,
it sets your day up so well. Yeah. Describe startup life using a movie title.
Oh, movie title. कुछ होता है तुम नहीं समझोगे.
Okay. What's one metric people should track apart from weight?
I think it's waist. For Indians, it's waist circumference, because that's a very strong measure of metabolic health as well. A lot of people, you'll find that they define it as body shape. Fundamentally, the body is out of shape, right? So waist circumference is a very good starting metrics that we should look at apart from weight.
Circumference कहाँ से लेना चाहिए? Navel से लेना चाहिए, नीचे से लेना चाहिए,
navel
ऊपर से लेना चाहिए.
हाँ, वो आप गेम करने के लिए you can do a lot.
ठीक है. Understood. One guilty pleasure food for you.
Dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate. I've seen that with you actually in Kochi last year, or maybe this year. The future of healthcare in one word.
Proactive. I think health is something that we take for granted, and it's more reactive in nature. Something goes wrong and then only we want to take care of it. I think the future is being proactive.
Yeah. Cool. I think that's all for today, Suryansh. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your time here. I think it was a lot of learning for us when we were doing due diligence, building our thesis. I learned about metabolic health. I learned about how various hormones work in the body, how GLPs work, and why were these businesses so successful in Europe and US, and why it will be now so successful in India over the next couple of years. So appreciate you taking the time in teaching us and educating us as we invested in Elevate now.
Thank you, Vinay. Thank you for having me over.
Thank you, Jay.